Track 21, Unit 14.
The Romans. A long time ago, the Roman people made Rome into a big, strong city. The Romans were good soldiers. They travelled a long way from Rome. They built roads, cities, and bridges in all the countries that they went to. Everyone in those countries had to obey the Romans. They had to pay a lot of money to them. The Romans called all these countries the Roman Empire. The Roman roads were straight. It is quicker to walk along a straight road. Sometimes people disobeyed the Romans. The soldiers marched along the roads and arrived quickly. They made the people obey them. The soldiers helped to build the roads. First, they marked a straight line. Then they dug down 1 metre. After that, they put down big stones. Next, they covered the big stones with small stones. Sometimes they put flat stones on top. The top of the road was curved. Rainwater ran off into the ditches. The army could march in bad weather. There was not much water on the road, and the carts did not get stuck in mud. Everybody could use the roads. Every Roman soldier had good clothes. He had a metal helmet. It protected his head. Metal armour protected his body. He had a woolen tunic. It kept him warm. The soldier's belt was metal. He kept his knife on the belt. He had a sword and he had a spear. He had sandals on his feet. They were thick because soldiers had to march on hard roads. A good soldier became a leader. He led 100 men. He had a red cloak and red feathers on his helmet. Red was the colour for Roman soldiers. Soldiers learned to drive chariots. 2, 3, or 4 horses pulled the chariot. It could carry 1 or 2 people. It was not heavy, and it could go fast. The driver was the charioteer. He used a whip to make the horses go faster. The other soldier was often a bowman, and he used a bow and arrow. In Rome, many people liked to watch chariot races. These races were exciting, but they were dangerous. Sometimes the chariots crashed.
Track 22, Unit 14, Listening. 1. Listen. Write the correct names under the chariots.
4 charioteers were in a race. Their names were Marcus, Aquila, Cassius, and Brutus. Their chariots were green, gold, orange, and blue. 2 horses pulled each chariot. The driver of the orange chariot did not have a whip, but he wore a helmet. The driver of the green chariot used a whip, and he wore a helmet. Cassius had a white horse and a brown horse. He did not use a whip. He did not wear a helmet. The driver of the gold chariot did not have a helmet. He used a whip.
Track 23. 2. Listen. Who won the race?
The 4 chariots were standing side by side. They were waiting for the start of the race. The crowd was quiet. The horses were excited. They were stamping and snorting and pulling. Suddenly, they were off. The crowd cheered as they galloped round the stadium. The orange chariot was in front, followed by the blue chariot. Then came the gold chariot, and then the green one. A grey horse and a white horse were pulling the orange chariot. Suddenly, The white horse fell down. The orange chariot was out of the race. Now the blue chariot was in front. The green chariot passed the gold chariot. Green was now in second place. They raced round a corner and, with a loud crash, the green chariot turned over. Now only 2 charioteers were in the race, Cassius in front with Aquila close behind. Cassius shouted at his horses. Aquila cracked his whip. His 2 horses, one grey, one white, galloped faster. Just before the finishing line, the gold chariot passed the blue one. He was the winner. The crowd clapped and cheered.
Track 24. 3. Listen and sing.
Rumpety-tumpety-tumpety-tum, here comes the galloping major. Rumpety-tumpety-tumpety-tum, here comes the galloping major. All the people cry as he goes galloping by. Hey, hey, get out of the way, here comes the galloping major.
Track 25. Unit 14. Spelling.
When we add dis to the beginning of words, we can make opposites. Sometimes people disobeyed the Romans. Obeyed. Disobeyed.